RochesterFirst.com, everybody. I'm Chief Meteorologist Eric Schneidel, and wouldn't you know it, we have more rain moving back in. Here's your live radar. Rainfall starting to pick up, especially out over the lake. There's going to be more of this to come, I think, as we start going deeper into our afternoon. Big batch of showers here, just enveloping Lake Ontario. Back to the west toward Toronto. Check this out. I'm going to flip this over now, showing precip type. It will all be rain for us, but you look along the northern flank here of Lake Ontario, those are wet snowflakes, some of the first of the season for those folks starting to mix in. Our opportunity for some of those snowflakes will start to develop as we go into late Thursday night and Friday morning. Big storm system still lurking here across the west. That is a freezing rain situation. Ice storm warnings in effect across a good chunk of Oklahoma. The latest on Zeta, no longer a hurricane for now. This is now a tropical storm. The core, you still see that big circulation there, but core itself is kind of tiny with this. This lost a lot of its zip as it moved over the Yucatan Peninsula, but we imagine this is going to reinvigorate at least some. 65-mile-an-hour winds right now. We probably get this back to Cat 1 status in the next 24 hours. Landfall is then expected very close to New Orleans, Louisiana. That would be late Wednesday, somewhere around 7 p.m. The remnant track of Zeta then carves a path toward Washington, D.C. And this is going to be a deal here where this ends up passing close enough to us in western New York. And there's some other things out there, too, that will help with this, that we're going to fling some moisture back in late Thursday into early Friday. And that's where things start to become interesting because the air is not going to be all that warm by that point. And what falls on our head is still to some extent up for debate. Through the next few hours, through 7 or 8 o'clock, expect widespread, steady, generally light to moderate rainfall. We'll get that batch on out of here. Still some scattered stuff lingering. There might be a leftover shower into early Wednesday morning, but I think as we go into the afternoon tomorrow, arguably the best day of the work week here, just from a sunshine standpoint, you'll get some vitamin D. High temperatures end up climbing into the low 50s. Not a warm day, but better. Thursday will be cloudy. It will be cool. Eventually, late in the day, it will start to become rainy. Here comes that wave of precip as the remnants of Zeta start to pass off to our south. Now, look what happens into late Thursday night. This is 1 o'clock in the morning now, early Friday. You see across the southern tier, places like Olean, Wellsville, west of Elmira toward Ithaca, we are now mixing with some wet snowflakes. The big question that we have into early Friday morning is, we know we need two big ingredients to produce snow. We need sufficient moisture and we need sufficient cold air. And both of those in the Rochester area remain debatable. The highest chance for those ingredients linking up is going to be here. And a good amount of our computer models are spitting out what would be not only the first snow of the season, but likely the first accumulating snow of the season for areas generally south of the Thruway across a lot of our higher terrain. Now, how much obviously remains to be seen, but that's still very much on the table here. So here's how we're going to kind of draw this. This is not how much is going to snow, but the odds that you will see the first flakes of the season. In the Rochester area, and areas generally along the Thruway, we're going to still use this possible wording. It's not a slam dunk guarantee just yet, but the odds are trending a little bit upward. Everybody in this darker blue color from Wyoming, Geneseo, Mount Morris toward Canandaigua, and then all of this higher terrain down here, we think it's a really good bet not only that you see snow, but it's going to end up sticking to some extent. And, you know, it's going to be that kind of wet snow that clings to everything, and there is a lot of everything right now. Leaves are all over the trees still. They have not dropped, so you know, even a few inches in certain spots could make this interesting as we go into early Friday. Cool day on Friday. Highs likely struggle to even get to 40 degrees. Looking ahead to Halloween on Saturday, 47 your high. Trick-or-treaters are probably dealing with temperatures finally falling below 40 into the 30s, but it does look like that is dry too. A couple of late day showers returning by Sunday.